Nothing like a bit of vehicle recovery to start the day. Okay, that didn't work, so we are just going to take what we need out and hope it dries out today. It's supposed to be good weather, so fingers crossed. Hi, Len here. Welcome to another episode. Let's get ready for pre-clad. We've got Soffits put up this week. We've got head flashings and WANZ bars, which I mentioned I think a few weeks ago. Cavity closers and of course cavity battens. So there's a whole bunch of small stuff to do this week, but it ends up taking quite a long time. Let's get on with it. So we were just getting ready for putting our cavity battens on, and I spotted another wee bit where the dwang heights are wrong. Goody! Alright, one row down. So the second row of dwangs is ready in there from the frame and truss plant, but for some reason there's one missing here. There we go, a little bit of dodgy cut on the drop saw because it only goes to 50 or 60 degrees and this is 70 degree cut, so you got to be really careful doing it. And let's go to the outside, eh? That would have been funny. Oops. It's not entirely pretty, but it is done. There we go. Let's get it out on the street again, eh? I've taken over from James putting on the WANZ bar. He's got this great system where got plywood to lay on. It's genius. Anyway, I've mentioned before that the foundy here is pretty average. I think it's actually on Instagram. A few videos where I had to cut down some sills and that. And here, the front door is packed up by, I'm going to say about 15 mil, so the WANZ bar here isn't going to work, so I've had to drill other holes in it to put it, screw it in lower down. Just trying to get this central by feeling where the soakers are. Probably want my mufflers on, eh? Alrighty, let's do this. Nice to check that your holes are actually deep enough, as I found out before. The drip fixers are here, and it was one of their trucks that pulled the van out earlier. So while they get started inside, I'm going to make some head flashings. We've got a few head flashings to do. We don't need to do this one because the plaster sticks out past the window, whereas this one and this one we do need to do. On that last one, because there's plaster either side, the head flashing doesn't extend past the window, whereas on this one it needs to extend 20 mil past. There we go. Alright, fingers crossed. Some weight. What do we have? 20 mil. Just what we wanted. There we go. You want to make sure it's nice and hard against the window, otherwise it's going to be flapping around when the wind gets under it. Now we want to put some flashing tape over the top of it, and that's to stop any kind of water that's running down the building rack from getting into this gap behind and then getting inside. You run that 50 mil past your flashing, make sure it's high up enough that it's not going to be visible. So 15 mil is a good guide. Same as for your cavity batten. Not cavity batten. Cavity closer. You want just a little bit of MS on there where that joint is. Yeah, that's how the pros do it. Most of the Soffits around the house, but these little gable Soffits we haven't quite got to yet, so I'll knock that out this morning. What I'm doing here is getting a parallel measurement, so I'm getting a measurement to where the hardy sheet will sit, which is a couple of mil below the top of this. And then we mark that on the other side. Now I've already done that and pinged a string line across there. There we go, that should do. I also want to mark where these are. Marker doesn't work very well on that, so we don't stick a nail in there. I just had a thought regarding where we have the joins. So I've got vertical cladding here, which means we'll have nail lines that will be nice and level. So I thought, why not just double check that our joins and our Soffits will be at the same height as well, otherwise it may be noticeable. Just want to check with James, we've got this wee column at the front here. Pretty sure this feet comes down to there. My measurements are taken off this, but I'm pretty sure we're going to notch it around and carry it down to there as one piece. How good is it when the Places rep turns up with windproof jackets? A lot less stuff doing it that way. There we go. Alright, hopefully that fits. I also had to cut the end, and when you've got a cut end like this and it needs to go into a joiner, it pays to just put a wee angle on it so it fits in the joiner a wee bit easier. Otherwise they can be a right pain to get on there. Alright, the first two are up, and we've got a change of cladding in line with this window, so what I'm going to do from now is the cavity battens either side while James goes off and gets some joiners. I've just realised we kind of need a strip of ply in behind there as well, because this was a, I forget what type of bracing unit anyway, so it's got ply on it. Ply only comes to there, so I need to add an extra layer of ply just to pack out that batten. Double rainbow! Too easy. If you remember last week I had a kitchen bracing wall that I had to tie to the rest of the house. The jib's just going on it now. That's the bracing unit screw pattern he's doing. This here is why you keep the subbies on side. Now if you're wondering why we put these at a slight angle, not just because we're rough, it's actually just for drainage. So these battens, because they're solid as opposed to the other ones which we'll use for the cedar weatherboards, they don't allow for any drainage on their own. So we just angle them so that any water that does get into the cavity is diverted off the side rather than just sitting on there, soaking into it, and then getting into the house. We also have a 50mm gap on each side so that you can get airflow through there to help dry it out. So here we have our head flashing, and then a cavity closer sits on top of that. We've got this channel and the wee holes in the bottom of it, so that lets water drain out of the cavity, lets a bit of airflow through there as well, and stops bugs and vermin getting in there. And then our cavity batten goes on top of that, and our cladding fixes into that. There you go, all done. Oh, looks pretty good. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. I'll catch you guys next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. Oh, it's looking pretty good.